lead from LGD, and it's axes and like an LSA. First blood will definitely help though.
Yeah.
NTS, please. Oh, Shiro's okay too.
Yeah, I think Shiro's probably maybe your preferred, because ultimately Shiro does have to get big enough that he could deal with the Meepo, so he needs to be able to get like Manta fairly quickly, right? But also he needs to be strong enough to contest the Morphling, which is part of the reason why we're seeing AM picked up right now.
That was a very aggressive run by tOfu. He wanted this ward behind the tower. Maybe they probably want to do some courier sniping, eliminate a lot of the regen off the AM Chen lane, especially if he can control the sentry battle, if he wants to block camps, things like this. It is a very nice ops. But he will pay with the first blood, the runes get traded out evenly. And
oh, this is also nice. They're going to get a lot of damage on Ace.
So this is really good for LGD. The way they can win this game is if they kind of do really well in lanes and remove the tempo from the gaming lineup with the Meepo and the Dragon Knight. The nice thing about the DK pick for gaming is it kind of forces Lina to stay mid, otherwise DK just takes your tower. And Lina doesn't want to stay mid versus DK. Lina kind of wants to go and like kill the Meepo once, or maybe cheekily kill this Morphling or control runes or something, or dominate a lane matchup. So that's where NTS, what he chooses to do this game, is super important, because Quinn will be ready to punish him on that mid lane with a free tower if he leaves it, and, well, at least this is the first one.
Yeah, that's true. You already got that first blood, so the tri-lane gank from Gaimin Gladiators will get the kill on Y, but not the biggest loss in the world.
It's kind of an interesting play from Gaming. I mean, it's some decent XP into their supports, but because it's not first blood, it's not that worthwhile in a way, right? I feel like you're losing a lot of regen on DyrachYO during this period. You're giving free waves to Neo up here, and then when the breaker comes back top, like your pull is guaranteed block. Planet got a free D ward and a block on the camps. I feel like LGD are really happy with that exchange overall, because it puts their offlane in a really decent position.
Do you think any part of that could be getting DyrachYO to 2 quickly? Like they don't want to take any experience from him?
Maybe, but I don't think DyrachYO's levels are that impactful in this game. If there's one hero that LGD have answered, it should be the Morph. Okay. And I don't think the Breaker Morph can punish this Beastmaster lane. If it was First Blood, I think it was 100% worth it. This, I'm not absolutely sure on. It is some nice extra XP for Ace, which maybe they wanted to like help skew this lane because Shiro did get that First Blood and he had an XP advantage.
Yeah, okay, I can kind of dig that.
So they want to like shift it back a little bit at least, so it's not as damaging down here. But Shiro he's gonna have a fast start in this game, and that is a good sign for LGD, as they want the AM to at least be as strong as possible, so you can go fight the other cores in this game and stay away from the Meepo when the ransack eventually comes, as it comes for everybody.
It's gonna be ransacking a whole lot. It's a pretty free Meepo game. Okay, do you think that Axe Lina, though, can be an answer to Meepo?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, right? It's like insane amount of single target damage.
Sure, but there's a lot of heroes that do single target damage, and Meepo does not care about them. You just dig down, you get the Mega Meepo going. The one spell interaction I'm actually curious about is Disseminate on Mega Meepo.
Oh.
In theory, it's good, right? So you have this like 5-6k HP body that gets disseminated
sometimes,
and Meepo never buys spell immunity.
Yeah.
So like Disseminate is guaranteed to just work on the Mega Meepo no matter what, and just spread that damage around. So then when you're offloading all the single target damage into Mega Meepo, you don't actually feel that bad because it's getting disseminated. That kind of sounds interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think even without Mega Meepo, I feel like it's not the worst either. Just in general with the Lina, right?
No,
it's
going to be a decent spell here. I would kind of be interested to see if Planet skills in this game. Of course, his other skills are also very nice. I'm also curious if Disruption on Mega Meepo creates a Meepo with stats equal to the Mega Meepo.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
What the hell happens to that, you know?
Mega Meepo Disruption.
These are the things that I hope the Valve janitor thought of before he pushed that patch. I guess maybe we'll find out. I feel like it just creates regular Meepo illusions, but
either way, I haven't seen a whole lot of Mega Meepo.
Nobody.
When we do see the Meepo, they'll get the shard, but I feel like it's still kind of mostly the old Meepo build. Maybe it's just because most of the time when the Meepo's been picked up, the game is over by like 30-35 minutes, but it's definitely not a rushed item.
And NTS gonna try and block off that blood grenade. Ooh, that is a big kill for Quinn.
Yeah, that is very nice.
He's just a little too far up the river trying to get a water rune, and he has no help. Just goes down to level 1 fire. You're missing so many range creeps here too.
Yeah, even Planet being pushed away so he can't even get the CS. He's going to try and pull the creep wave out from underneath the tower so the Lina can get here to get something, but...
Saved one of them when he got denied, but... This is trouble, because now you're going to have a DK who hits 6 first, and you're going to have that gank back online for Gaming if they want to try and take advantage of it. This DK is really creating some space for Gaming off the laning phase that otherwise wasn't that good for them. Like, LGD is, for once, winning the lanes versus Gaimin Gladiators here. A tough feat for them all, I want to say all year, but they've only really been in 2 tournaments, so the last 2 events, they have accomplished it. Now you must do the other 10 things you need to do to beat this team. But that's step 1.
Well, I think they got step 1, but simultaneously failed step 1.5, which was don't let Quinn get a lead out of his laning phase, you know? Like, maybe the other one, the other side lanes, but Quinn still has the momentum.
Sure, but I mean, he's a Dragon Knight. I'll take him having a lead on a Dragon Knight over like a lead on a Huskar or a Leshrac or something.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
This hero's not that terrifying in terms of the rate of Snowball.
I mean, Quinn has had some pretty strong late game Dragon Knight performance.
Oh yeah, the late game DK is terrifying this game, but you have like some disruption for him. You can break him with an SD Yags later. You have some counter. I mean, I don't know. There's just a meepo in this game. That's the weird part. Like, we're talking about all these things like LGD has to address them, but then there is going to be the meepo that is the biggest problem of them all, and the hardest to address. Why has done a decent job with some of these creeps, though. He's running around with mana creep. He also sent his Harpy through the gate, so the Harpy's helping to win top here. Oh, that's it. While he runs around trying to mana burn mid and deal with his DK ult. He'll take it up for the boys. He says,
"Get that mana burn going.
I hope you remember what I did for you." Stick charge.
Yeah, oh, maybe he's good. tOfu. Oh, they got him in the end.
Oh, he got his courier with the DK illusions.
Oh, that's nice.
And he's going to pull the wave off to try and get this catapult killed, which will force Quinn to tank the tower. That level advantage coming in really big. Again, 3 heroes crashing mid for Gaming. LGD having issues responding to this move in all of the games. And NTS is just dead again, I think.
They're going to go on him underneath the tower. These supports very poor at being able to immediately stop this kind of play. Maybe they can kill Quinn, though, with enough poison stacks. They're getting up there. Raindrop. Oh, it's not quite enough.
That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. There's no way around it. These are the small advantages Gaming create, and they all pay off. Now Quinn's going to get one last corrosive.
Oh, he's going for the Wisdom Rune, too.
Oh, my goodness.
He's making a break for him. Somebody stop him.
I mean, at least you're going to get the turnaround kill, but that was worth it. That was absolutely worth it because you're level starving a Chen and a Shadow Demon when they are versus a Meepo lineup. You're setting up the buffet that Ace is going to come in and use those meal tickets on. This early game was looking so good for LGD too.
Yeah, and it's just already falling apart before the Meepo's even really a factor. Oh, he is rushing Axe. That's going to be the first time I've seen this.
I mean, it is very strong. You get this fling, you get the Mega Meepo. It's a lot of damage, a lot of survivability, a lot of stats off the Ags as well. This item is not bad. Yeah. I think the alternative build is like the Dragon Lances into Blink. So if he doesn't feel like he needs the early Blink aggression, yeah, we'll see what he can do with this Ags. Planet gets a couple little stacks farmed up here to boost his levels. I mean, he's having an okay game. Outside of that Wisdom Rune getting stolen, I think he was pretty happy. Which is good for LGD, because this Shadow Demon is like their one X-Factor in these fights. However, he has taken the place of getting tri-lane mid.
Yeah. Gaimin Gladiators really love this rotate both supports into mid lane action. And they always have a core that can kind of do okay solo. In this situation, it looks like DyrachYO may be just overwhelmed by too many heroes. But most of the time, Morphling is going to be a tough cookie to be able to bring down.
It's just the pressure you have to create. Like, when you play versus Gaming, you just need their cores to be pressured on these sidelines, so just mid-move can't happen. Otherwise, it's just way too straightforward.
Yeah.
At least you get a punish here. Not at the pace you wanted it, but the Morphling is falling behind in this game. You open up that tier 1 for New, really big for him when he's going his Ags build, and more gold into Shiro's pocket, who is having a very good anti-mage game, all things considered. That first blood really helped him, and his tower is still live bottom. So if you can operate in this space as LGD, maybe get like one more fight out of it, get another big mana void kill.
Oh yeah, remember that there was that clip? It was Axe Beastmaster versus Meepo, right? Where you just have like invulnerability because the drums is hitting all of these units. Or maybe it was Phantomizer. It was Phantomizer. That's what it was. But it still is going to be good versus Meepo too from a sustain aspect.
Wait, do you get that heal from heroes on all of
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it sounds busted as hell.
Yeah. Exactly. So this Beastmaster is going to be a real menace if the Meepo is in the fight.
So that is a very good spell interaction. Pop that on Meepo with some poison attacks and disseminate.
This is a bad spell interaction for PSG.LGD though.
They're just getting way too much out of this mid. This is feeling very greedy from LGD. They don't have the support to play with NPS. They're just getting caught out, and that 3-man hit squad is going to smoke while Ace farms up.
And
they're going to head
here with
straight towards Mew.
Can't do anything.
I think Mew is dead here as well. I mean, this is a Midas DK killing cores on the map. Dude, look at how farmed Quinn is.
6K net worth? Oh.
What is happening? They just got ganked mid twice. This game is like already collapsing off the mid pressure. He almost has a blink on top of this Midas.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At this rate, Dragon Knight's gonna carry the game. I don't know if Ace is gonna have to do anything.
Seriously. Well, nothing to say is going to have to find a way back into this game because he is crucial. Being some sort of threat for the Meepo.
Okay, they're gonna steal ancient stacks with stolen axes. They're gonna think about
Don't
it.
let him get away with this.
This is pretty damn greedy though.
LSA doesn't land on anything there. Turn back around. Now
has
that
to
the
be
stun is
fight.
gone. You got to get some LGD heroes here now. Otherwise, nothing to say. He's dead to the waveform.
Where's the team?
I don't know. Not here in time, it seems.
This is a mandatory fight. There is a Meepo farming his own triangle, and you're losing your ancient stack to a Midas Dragon Knight with no ult, when you can potentially bring 5 heroes. An absolute disaster.
What is it about? Like, LGD looked so damn good in some of those Dream League games against other teams. But then, like, they just would get shit-stomped by BetBoom and Gaimin Gladiators.
It's because their early game is not up to par. Like,
Yeah.
that's where they lose these games. BetBoom and Gaming are probably 2 of the strongest laning teams in the world. LGD's early game is nowhere near good enough to contest these squads, and then they just fall too far behind. It's not just about the laning either. It's like the first 10 minutes. Are you contesting the power roots? Are you combating the ganks mid? Are your side laners playing the lanes well enough where you can leave them alone? It's all these small things adding up. Like the wisdom rune steals, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And then you just get in these positions where these little things add up and these games start to feel really difficult. I mean, Quinn is just... He's almost doubling up your Beastmaster at 12 minutes. He has Blink and Midas in almost level 12. This is an insane pace for a hero that doesn't offer that much damage and should not have this sort of tempo.
Dire
Like,
are scanning.
LGD have not been close to touching the Meepo.
Radiant's top
There
tower
is still a
is under
Meepo.
attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's also level 11.
Dire
With
Yeah,
Axe.
he's also way above the anti-mage.
LGD got to start to find something. This is spiraling almost in a worse way than game 1. Because game 1, you knew your lanes were going to get cheap.
Yeah.
Here they did okay, it's just they haven't been able to make it loose. Their support duo has not offered a whole lot. And that's kind of slow and low damage.
You also don't have the same kind of high ground defense, and I also think that these heroes on the side of Gaimin Gladiators are capable of ending the game more, like, faster, more conclusively, you know? When Meepo reaches a certain peak, it's just like, it is over.
Radiant's middle tower
The high ground
under
is
attack.
definitely on the menu here. There's another quick 3-man smoke. They will continue to play behind the Dragon Knight, who has just made this game incredibly easy for them. Let the other 2 cores farm. Now, if LGD can turn around one of these ganks with extra numbers, 5-on-3, 4-on-3, they can turn this game. But they have to do it soon. Maybe Gaming are lucky that this smoke missed almost, because LGD
Radiant's
were
top
clumped in
tower
looking for that
is under
turnaround.
attack.
They're going to find Seleri, which they can purge and kill him here.
Okay, good pick off. Nobody around from Gaimin Gladiators to stop this one. They almost look like they still want to fight. by losing their Spirit Breaker. Yeah, tOfu. Shiro comes forward, tries to get him, but unfortunately the Spell Steal grabbed the Blink.
It's an aggressive Blink. He does have Frost Armor from Ogre here. That's why Shiro feels invincible right now and trying to make something happen for the team, but the lockdown is just not there. So Gaimin, they lose a hero, but they get the 5-man reaction while DyrachYO clears through the enemy triangle.
Yeah, when Shiro's trying to work on Battle Fury like that, joining in on any fight, he really wants it to be a part of the kill, but it just doesn't happen.
So the one thing LGD can maybe do in this game is take the Roche faster and steal it away from Gaimin, which I feel like you kind of have to look towards now. Like, abuse the fact you have this early Solar Crest Penitence Chen, who can go in the pit with your Beastmaster plus like one more core, and just take that away. Put it on a Lina or something, help you skirmish. And then you remove that timing from the Meepo as well, who has finished Blink on top of that Ags. And so his threat is online. The pickoff is also going to ramp up here for Gaimin, as the Spirit Breaker plus the Meepo off the map is pretty terrifying for Shiro, despite finishing up Battle Fury at a pretty reasonable time here. I don't know if it's going to do much good if he can't show on the lanes, and is he just solo dead?
Yeah,
God.
that's Meepo for you, I think.
Okay. Perfect charge connection. And the God did not bail him out. That is a very important kill. Oh, that LSA though!
Beauty, and the Morphling dies! Whoa, okay.
Just walked into that one.
Did he disseminate the Laguna Blade hit on the Rubik?
He did.
That's cool. I was about to say, like, that Morphling died really quickly, but I don't think he had any poison stacks on him. That was just the bouncing disseminate damage.
I mean, he was super low morphed as well. He was like pure action. Yeah. But he did get disseminated for 90 magical damage.
Wow.
Wow, 90 extra. Did the tick. Well, that's a good pickup for LGD. And for NTS, who was having issues finding anything in this series. Need to watch that again.
Yeah, so he hits him with both nukes. DyrachYO. Yeah, that's that final little bit of damage to kill him.
Super nice. Exactly what you're looking for with the early Lina Morphling interaction. Get some revenge for your anti-mage here, because that map was falling apart, and they might find Ace.
Depot.
Oh, that was the one with the blink.
Oh no!
Feels so bad. I think if that was any other Meepo, they can set that up with disruption into the Centaur Stomp.
Yeah. Then again, he does have that Aghanim Scepter, so you catch that one Meepo, and then you do some damage, and then it becomes some monstrosity.
By the way, that is Black King Bar done for the Dragon.
Radiant's bottom
At 17
tower is
minutes
under
here.
attack.
Huh. Yeah. Well,
Dire
Good luck.
scanning.
time to write another letter to Zhao 8, I think.
So it's like, what do you want? I gave you Lina versus Dragonite this time. You can't complain about that matchup.
Yeah, but he got ganked. So every time you get ganked in a mid laner, you can automatically complain.
Well, yeah. Well, he can write a letter to his supports then.
That's true. A lot of letters going to be written tonight. So LGD will have some early games to analyze here. Ag's done for you. We'll see how strong this interaction is. If Gaimin decide to clump up on him, they can save, bail him out. Frost Armor still being up for LGD is also pretty damn nice here in these early fights. This is kind of where they want to put something together. They have Drum and Solar Crest as well. And he is leveling the Disseminate on Planet.
How do you start the... I mean, do you just walk in as new?
You kind of have to bait somebody, right? Yeah. And turn around with the Disruption.
I feel like he needed to go on the creep wave. Because otherwise, this becomes a little too obvious.
I mean, keep in mind, Gaimin are still farming when this standoff happens. They have DyrachYO showing bottom, and they have Ace farming up enemy jungle with his Meepo. This is the benefit of Meepo. You can be ready for the fight and still taking farm away from the map. LGD know this, so they're going to TP bottom and try and look for the pick-off. They have a ward on Ace's Meepos down here. Can they get there in time, though, without being seen? This is a tough angle.
I mean, this is super nice because they're walking through a ward with this smoke.
just
So
too
Ace
slow.
might have thought he was okay, but no, he gets out. I guess they were exploring that area. They saw they were all gone from that corner of the map, so I think they had an inkling that they went through the portal.
DyrachYO here, but it's not the setup
Running
here.
into it with a Chen. Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
So now the opening for Roche exists for Gaimin. They'll walk into it and claim it here very quickly. That's a tough call from LGD. I mean, if that smoke lands, you get the Meepo, then maybe you get the Roche off it too. It's just such a long route. The alternative, I guess, was manning up for the Roshan. That fight is a tough fight as well. If you needed one of the two, you got neither. You're going to settle for a tier 1 mid.
Dyer's middle tower.
Are you even
is
gonna
under
get that?
attack.
Yeah, look.
Dyer's
So, tier 1 tower falls. The charge is coming in, though, because they're about to finish up Roshan. Didn't rotate. Took a little while, but they got there. The charge is on you. Here comes the TP on mid tier 2. He is going to go for it. Nether Strike bump back. DyrachYO just goes for the boars. They're going to sacrifice you here. Maybe not. Still go for him. Oh, they pop him before he could get off anything. I was half expecting him to do the Primal Roar and see what those drums could do to heal him up.
Nah. Save that damage test for later. If it looks terrible now, you're just going to lose all hope. You gotta save the morale.
Don't worry, guys. This interaction is going to save us the
Yeah, because
game.
if you roam there and you start drumming and you still just like instantly die, I mean, your hope goes out the window, right? At least now you can still be like, yo, I just need a fight where I get those drums on the Meepo.
You also might still surprise Gaimin Gladiators with that.
I'm hopeful we get surprised here. Team fights are looking rough. Aegis on Ace, level 15. Looking toward that level 3 divided we stand.
Dyer are scanning.
And is building into Swift Blink. Very nice
Radiant's
item
middle
for the
tower is
stats.
under attack.
And he's back in on new. Okay, we're going to see the drums go to work.
Let's go, drums!
Boom, boom, boom. This kind of owning him.
Yeah, it's doing a lot of damage to Ace. He goes for the Mega Meepo, though. They're going to purge up that Mega Meepo. New trying to get away here. Starts popping out some more Meepos.
Drums.
New is pretty tanky.
Drums.
Is going.
The
Drums is
stomps.
going. They actually managed to finish up one. Looks like Ace is going to be dying here as well. That's going to be the Aegis New. Is he still alive through all this one? No, they finally have the burst damage to finish him off. And the LSA
Girls
missing
in.
the
You
Meepo.
gotta be careful. There is no savior disruption in 1.
Oh no, they really needed that LSA to get their disruption goes out, but now he's going to come back into a potential ensnare. No, he just gets waveformed over.
I mean, that is exactly where LGD want to take a fight in the exact manner. The drum is definitely having some decent value there. Something Gaming are going to have to think about, but of course Ace is happy to take the mana fight when he has the second life. I guess they traded 2 for 2 technically, but not in a way that's going to feel good with your anti-mage going down at the end. And NTS just couldn't get good position. He ended up on the other side of that hill near the Tormentor, and the fight kind of got dragged away from there. This is the type of engagement LG want. Something that gets drawn out around the Beastmaster where you get multiple disruptions off. The Disseminate and Purge going on the Mega Meepo look pretty decent. It's just hard for Shiro to get in these fights, and if the fight isn't instantly won, then he's getting stunned, he's getting netted by something, and that disruption save is not reliable when you just poof on top of it.
Well, next time, the Cliffs may not be a problem for Nothing to Say, because he is going to get an Aghanim Scepter next.
It's a big item. Not only for the damage, but the magic resist here is going to be pretty sizable in terms of tankiness. Gaming are pretty magic-oriented until, you know, the physical items start coming out later, which are coming pretty damn fast. Tags is already done for Quinn, so that Black Dragon is online. Swift Blink done for Ace, the extra attack speed's there, and Ag's just finished for DyrachYO.
So they just won a team fight in favorable situations for PSG.LGD, and that was without their next round of items.
Yep, and both the supports are building utility, by the way. This is something I really like about Gaming is I think they're one of the teams that absolutely understands how to itemize as a team, not just individually. And whenever Ace is not on one of these utility heroes, both supports will pick up the slack. Like, even if you're like, oh, I want to go aggressive items on Rubik this game, tOfu's never going to do it. They're going to buy the pipe, mech, drum, 4-stat between the two supports and just play it defensively. Maybe you lose a little individual impact on those heroes for themselves, but when you have 3 carries, these support utility items that help everybody go such a damn long way.
Do you think that's a Tundra effect on Western Europe?
Tundra definitely did it, yes. They were very good at it. And I think it's just a hallmark of a good team, honestly, or like understanding, I mean, honestly, just how to play Dota.
Yeah,
Maximizing
itemization
time.
in Western Europe has always been really important, right? Like OG, that was there. The
Yes.
big thing that got them through TI8, TI9 as their itemization was a step ahead of it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes I think OG won those TIs just because they bought more mechs and pipes than other
Is
teams.
under attack.
Like, literally that simple.
They had some pretty sick
Yeah, there were a couple
item.
other things.
No, I'm saying they had some pretty sick item and hero interactions, right?
Yes.
Like the way they built around the Spectre and stuff like that was really cool. Dota technical stuff.
It matters a lot. It makes every item better, not just yours. And that makes this net worth a lot more effective. Which is what Dota's about. It's about maximizing everybody's impact, not just your own individual. And so this mech and pipe are going to go a decent way on multiple cores, especially for Meepo. Meepo really needs the ores behind him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's like 3 or 4 heroes in one. Like, pipe for Meepo is insane. Smoke from LGD. They're looking for their ags on the Lina. Manta done for Shiro as well, so maybe he can, like, get out of this Meepo net
Middle tower is under attack.
disable that has plagued him. And Max Disseminate up as well for Planet. He's found the levels here, has Aether Lens to use it.
I mean, if they have the vision, they have the, like, the ability to be able to throw all these
Radiant's
spells
middle tower is under
together, it is a sick amount of damage,
Yes,
and it's going
it's
to
a
spread
lot.
around, but
They need to just
Radiant's
find the
middle
opening.
tower
They need
has
vision.
fallen.
If they can find a
Radiant's
Meepo
middle
clone too,
tower
that's
is
a
under
pretty
attack.
nice way to take the fight. It's just really hard.
yeah, they're stuck in this weird no man's land where they want to play around their high ground ward.
I mean, they see DyrachYO here. Maybe they can just roar him.
Radiant's middle tower.
They can.
Hey, he's walking into him. Okay.
He's gone.
Yeah, the Laguna Blade is going to do more than enough. Disruption's going to go out, stop the Spirit Breaker too. So 2-4-1. There is a bottom lane push that's coming in. They got to deal with that quick.
Yes, is this still the Frost Dragon? Because Quinn is too far and he got that Axe too fast, so he doesn't have the level 3 ult. And they'll get the BKB out of him. Can they chase this down? You have Mana Void to cancel TP.
Maybe they can catch tOfu.
Stolen LSA. Is that enough to get him out?
It might just be with the
Oh
help
my
of the
God.
Meepo.
No way he gets out.
Ooh, TP Way is successful, and all the other heroes have gotten out too, so.
That's a sick LSA by tOfu right there.
Yeah. He's had some
Definitely
great
saves Quinn.
steals. The,
Yep, he's
the
having a
point
great
steal earlier he had, that was great.
I mean, it helps when you have 3 cores who all go in.
Yeah.
But that's another big find by LGD, finding the Morphling on that high ground ward. Honestly, their team fight doesn't look that bad if they can start the fight on the core, right? Because that core is basically dead. There's no hard save here for Gaimin. There's no Rubik's Shard up yet. And they're playing pretty greedy on the map, which often happens with Meepo. That part about their lineup, I think. I don't know, this game looks winnable in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, way more than the last one.
Show me the win percent. What are the numbers in this game? Because I do agree. It looks like a possible comeback.
I also think the LG heroes are deceptively tanky.
Solid 25%.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, you have Crimson Axe Beast, who's going to be healing and creating this barrier. You have the Anti-Mage with the resistances, which are not getting broken by anything. And then you have Shadow Demon, or you have a Chen just buffing it all up. Right? Yeah. They're going to test that tankiness here.
Start mana burning him. That's trouble. That's big trouble. Oh, he gets off the disruption, but I think he's
Gets
just gonna
out.
die. Oh, he actually got out.
And he jukes him. Not far enough, though.
Oh no, DyrachYO's gonna find him somewhere in the trees.
He's out of
Spots
mana.
him, and yeah, I was about to say he had to be completely burned out. I was surprised he had enough mana to be able to blink away in the first place.
Gaming just ready and waiting. Misstep a little bit, you get all your mana burned. It's a sad way to go. The Morphling turning into you and making you pay. And there's just not that save there close enough. Spacing for LGD was not on point. Not ready for that fight, and it shows. You have to be willing to turn that very fast. You also, like, really need BKBs in this game, but you just can't afford them.
Yeah.
BKB is another way you can counteract Meepo. It is very strong versus Shiro. You remove a lot of his damage control
Radiant's
and
top tower
burst
is
ability,
under
but
attack.
Ace already has Hex as well, so maybe that's not a foolproof solution here. If Gaming start the fight on LGD, I think it's impossible. We need fights like we saw earlier where they find a core and just start with a roar or an LSA or something like this. Which is definitely not easy.
Nothing to say is almost level 18.
It's also very close to getting the mantle. But the chain stuff was just perfect.
Yeah. Maybe if Planet was able to get that at like the start of the initiation, could have been okay fight, but
Dire's bottom tower is is under
Close
attack.
call, nothing to say.
Radiant's top tower.
Spotted there. So he's got a level 18. Isn't level 20 like Laguna Blade damage?
Spelling.
Spelling.
That's a pretty big talent. I'm gonna try and go on you, but the disruption is there this time. But I don't think he enjoyed coming out of that one.
No.
Radiant's top tower
He did
is
it.
under attack.
That Meeple pick was pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty.
Play up against the team that has won back-to-back-to-back-to-back tournaments,
And you get double cheese.
and you get double cheesed.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. AC done for Quinn as well, so you're gonna buff up the Meeples with the armor.
Radiant structures.
All right, let's see what LGD can do in terms of defense here. As Butterfly finish for Shiro, this is about as good as it's gonna get. Oh, stolen disruption, by the way, so they can create some black dragon illusions.
That's gross.
Now you can't move.
Radiant's top
Yeah, they're getting all kinds of vision while they're taking the laner barracks.
I actually don't think LGD can ever theoretically win a fight with stolen disruption on top.
Yeah, now you can't burst anybody.
Yeah,
right?
it's just impossible. Your entire team fight goes out the window. So that is quite a nice spell.
Well,
For game
you know,
that.
maybe it'll tick out before they go high ground again.
That's true. You can always hope for nothing happening in the next 2 minutes here. Of course, Roche is going to spawn.
Yeah, Roche actually spawns right away. Which, PSG.LGD, maybe they can sneak this.
Oh, they found Quinn.
Yeah, they're going through the portal right now. This could be good.
Never
This
mind.
could actually be an opportunity. Oh, the charge is going to ruin things. Creates a little space.
Still a pretty decent fight.
Yeah,
though, 'cause everybody's
Brother
late.
going out. They finish off tOfu. That's all right. Quinn using his BKB, but not getting much out of it. Now, Y is going to be in trouble as DyrachYO shows up. There goes that Laguna Blade to finish off the Spirit Breaker. Turning back in, DyrachYO. Man to dodge. LSA doesn't get hit by that one. Playing the edges of the fight now, trying to kite this out, but Ace is going to start locking down heroes, and that's trouble unless the LSA, maybe they can fight the Meepo, trying to further him quickly.
Not enough.
Mana Void's not going to be enough. He quickly hops away, but the charge was on him already. Now they got the Dragon Tail on Selena as well. Both the cores being controlled up, and Planet can do nothing to save either one of them. Fortunately, Shiro was able to get away after that charge, but cannot win the fight. Gaimin Gladiators will take Roshan for themselves. Look to end the game.
That's a nice fight for LGD. I mean, they're in a very tough position, still able to find double support buyback, but they can't deal with these cores, man. They're way too big. And there's just way too much HP to cut through. Some of the spellcasting for LGD is even pretty decent in this fight in terms of the LSA's catching on the Meepo, kiting out the BKB from Quinn, starting on him, removing a lot of the mana. Like, this looks pretty decent. And the God saves Chen as well from the initial Morphling burst. But at this point, I mean, you're just out of time. The Meepo is ticking, and he's coming for you. And if you can't kill him in this stun, then the Nets just control the AM, and that Mana Void had to connect somehow. That's the problem with this matchup. That is why it is the worst AM matchup in the game. Your ult can never really do anything versus Hero.
Back inside the game, we've got Gaimin Gladiators with an Aegis and Cheese, and they're just going to control the map a bit, but that high ground push will be coming, and I don't think LGD can stop it. Butterfly and Satanic now done for DyrachYO. Once upon a time, he was considering which one to get. Well, why not both?
The privileged life of a carry in this game.
Dire are scanning.
Shiro will escape the gank top. Looking towards that BKB. That is a big item in this game. Helps him survive a lot.
Yeah, but what does he use that BKB to stick on?
I don't know. I mean, you probably got to pop the Morphling, right?
Yeah, I think Morphling is your best target.
I don't think you could do anything to the Dragon Knight or the Meepo.
No.
Especially with Shard up for tOfu, so he has like a lift save for Quinn as well. He's basically invincible at the start of the fight. It's really only DyrachYO that can get caught out and somehow die to like the Lina burst. That's your best bet. Or Gaming just super overextending things. But you are down 27k. They have Aegis on Meepo, Cheese on DyrachYO. It has been a very, very unforgiving series for LGD as some small early game mistakes compounded, and they found themselves quickly in a scenario where it got out of control. This might be one of the most farmed Dragon Knights in terms of that early game pace I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Did he sell his Midas already? He did. Oh my god. I mean, we're 34 minutes in and he already sold his Midas. That's how rich he is.
Maxed out.
Alright, DKG done for Shiro. It's time to shine, my brother.
Okay, how are you gonna start this?
This is going to be the greatest Blink KP of his life.
These buildings are dying so fast too.
Yeah, send the anti-mage illusions in.
God, they can't even get there. They did not do a single hit to Gaimin Gladiators.
He got 3 CS though.
He did get a lot of CS.
It's very big. And TS will get scouted in the trees by the Hawk.
Osmac with the disruption. They're gonna go for it, burst him down. Wow, that was fast.
NTS can't move.
Yeah, NTS was flying, but now he's stuck in the trees. He goes through the TP back to the fountain. That is actually gonna work. Shiro also similarly barely gets out. Second life here for the Beastmaster. Second
slaughter.
death for the Beastmaster.
Just save your KDAs. Save them for the other series.
Yeah, you're not getting any more kills out of this game, I don't think.
If I'm Y, I'm going and farming some neutrals right now. Be like, hey boys, I just got to get my next item. Preserve those deaths. I don't think there's any hope.
Yeah, Ace is running at you, Force Staff. They gotta draw him into the fountain. That really is the only hope. Even the tier 4s with Glyph Pop do nothing to Gaimin Gladiators. That's gonna be Megas.
I mean, I heard Laguna. I saw Laguna.
I keep on seeing Mana
But I
Void
don't know
being
what
threatened,
Laguna did.
but I don't
Okay.
really think much of a threat is deterring Gaimin Gladiators from this one. Go for Y, get that one. Now get the scythe onto the Lina. Force Staff up to the high ground, so he's
DyrachYO's in the
okay.
fountain.
Is he okay? DyrachYO's really gunning for it.
Yeah. He has no mana. Surely he dies.
Yeah, he's having to morph the strength
Surely.
as much as possible, but
Surely he dies. Right?
this is...
Right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, finally the fountain will cut him down, but it's going to cost everything they have because Ace is going to be able to clean up everything else. GG is going to be called. Woo! What a stomp this series was. Gaimin Gladiators.
Well,